Hi, it's Kathleen from Bailey Academy, mom of 5, homeschooling 2 of them, ages 12 and 15. Today I'm participating in a collab hosted by Davene from Common the Chaos Homeschool about homeschool planning. And so I decided to make a little compilation showing all the different things that I'm doing to homeschool plan for the 2026-2027 homeschool year. I don't do everything all at once. I do things from January all the way to when school starts, which is August for us this year. And I do little bits here and there. So I tidy this spot, I plan this thing, I make these charts, do it little bits at a time. So I've been recording different things that I've been doing, and I'm putting them together to show you what I do to homeschool plan. So you don't have to do it all at once, although some people prefer that. So there's a playlist in the description after you watch this video. You can check it out, and the playlist will take you to the other videos that the other homeschool YouTubers who are participating, and you can see their videos as well. And so yeah, I'll remind you about that at the end again. So I will take you around, see what I've been doing. So here is my curriculum and workbook shelf. I went through this a while back and got rid of some things that are beyond or below my kids' age group or range of what they can do, as well as anything that I kept because I thought we were going to use it but changed my mind. So you can see here, like, I do have some things. For example, my daughter's going into grade 7. There's a grade 5 book right there, but it's not about what numbers on the book so much as if I think that might be close to her level. Plus, younger stuff is good for like review if I'm feeling unwell and I just want them to do some work on their own. So there's that, and I went through that already. And here is one of my bookshelves that has the children's nonfiction on it. I got moved from a different room, and now it's tucked into this corner behind some stuff. And so I went through those and put everything on the shelf, reorganized it, and went through to see if there's any books that I need to pull for this year, which I put somewhere else. Those are the ones at the top, as well as if there's anything I didn't want anymore. And so I just reorganized them and ignore the dirty wall there. And there's all the books, and then at the bottom there is a box because I didn't even have enough room for all the books that I have. But a lot of these I'm going to be reading this year, and then we'll be passing them on. So make sure your bookshelves are clean and organized and sorted. Another thing that is important to do is to come up with ideas of what you want to do before you start actual planning. So this is my notebook that I write down ideas I either think on my own or get from YouTube videos I see, or Instagram, or other books I'm reading. And so it's all a big mess at the moment, but it's jotted down. Like when I zoom in here, you can see like some ELA ideas and some maybe have fidget time in between Aria's lessons was something from a couple of years ago. Coding in ancient China, we ended up doing that already last year, and from reading comprehension ideas. So I sort of put down anything that sounds interesting, or books that I want to check out or find. They're like Physics for Every Kid, Wiley, 1991. So those are books that I want to check out and see if they're good for a homeschool. What I need to do is go through and peel out the pages I don't need anymore. Here is me doing more planning. I did a video on this, but those are Guest Hollow, Anatomy, and Geography and Cultures. And I printed out the schedule and put it in those books. And then I am figuring out what is going to be each week, and then I put it in this planner of specifically what we're going to do. And normally I wouldn't go so far, but I went all the way to second semester because my kids are in higher grades, grade 7 and grade 10, and so I'm expecting them to do the proper workload. And so if they miss a day because they're sick, then they have some extra work to catch up. If I change my mind and we don't do something, that's fine, I'll mark it off, but otherwise I want them to actually write things down. So there's some things that aren't written in yet, like math is just sort of do the next lesson, so I don't really have anything to write for that unless I come up with something extra. But I have, what program we're using, what page we're on, what chapter we're doing, and that kind of thing, all written in and figured out based off of, I forgot to show, but I made the calendar at the beginning of what days we're doing school and what days we're not, so I guess that actually should have been first. So those ones that are scribbled off are days that we're not doing school. So I just look over here. I've already decided what's Monday, what's Tuesday, what's Wednesday. And then I will go and mark it off. So Tuesday we're going to do this video and this book and this. And Wednesday we're doing this. And then Thursday we're doing this. I can just take it right from there and put it right in my planner. So even though I only did first semester, For the classes that are staying the same, for my daughter or the two that we're doing all year round, I can just pick this up and I already have it set for what day is what thing. So I find that that works really well, especially for Guest Hollow or anything similar where they have like a big feast and you pick which things you want. So you can see, like, first I highlighted ones I wanted to do. For videos, I watched at least part of the video to kind of make sure that's what I wanted. This paper here is not Guest Hollow. This is the Canadian Homeschool website and her learning center. We're using their history, time capsule, I think it's time capsule history. So I take all those notes and I've been working on that for weeks. Every time I have some free time. This is my planner. I also put in something that shows each of their curriculum and how many lessons or chapters or whatever they have, so we can kind of mark it off as we go, so they can kind of see like how much they've done. If it feels like they're just doing the same thing every day, we can actually see like how far they've come. I also planned out a little bit of our what would normally be considered morning basket, but we do it on Thursday enrichment, as well as any extra classes we couldn't fit in. So these are books that I have that I want to be using in Thursday enrichment. So that's what that is. So I have all the planner ready to go. And then I have this other binder that I have some extra stuff I needed to put in. So it has a supply list. So the first section is I need supplies. The Guest Hollow comes with a supply list, but I need supplies for both Guest Hollows, library books I need for various things, and stuff I need for other curriculum too. So I have it all based on what week I need it by and when I need to book the library books. And then for the giver, we're doing a complete ELA based off of the book we're reading. I'll be doing a video on that very soon. And so this is what I come up with ChatGPT's help, and that's ready to go so that we can do her lessons. The third one is her Crash Course Biology course that with labs. So we're using Crash Course Biology, the newest one, but I had them come up with ChatGPT help me with labs, and so this is specifically the labs and what we will need and how to run it when it's time to come. So those are the different labs and what date it'll actually end up falling on. Everything I need will be there. And the last one is the quizzes, the biology quizzes, the quizzes themselves and their answers. So I can have a reference if I need to. So that's the pink binder. I've also been reorganizing my homeschool cart. First of all, I bought a new one because the other one, the wheels fell off and it was broken. It wasn't even fixable. This one has metal wheels instead of little plastic wheels. Much, much better. I can link it in the description if I remember. And so it's a little weird when you put it together. It's not quite what I was thinking, but it's turned out to be a pretty good cart, so I do like it. And so I have their geography information there. There's like the information for what we're doing each week, the maps that I bought, and down at the bottom I have a flag thing that you put. It's made for like a decoration, but we're going to be using it to just try to learn some of the flags maybe, or maybe we'll decorate the room. I haven't decided yet. Got them for free. And then the anatomy, the books we use. As I get books from the library, we'll be just putting them in the correct bin as well. But I have the books and workbooks that I already have, some of which are not part of the Guest Hollow curriculum, but they're just extra things that I want to add in myself. So in a minute you'll see the S&S book. There it is, that one there, S&S Human Body. I just went through and marked off things I want to do and marked them down in the schedule so I know when to use them. And then I ended up moving this after the video, but these are the clipboards and whiteboards. So what I did was I moved those somewhere else, and I have my planner and my little pink binder there instead. Some various supplies, pens, and extra like calculators and scissors, super tip markers. There's other markers there, and expo markers for the whiteboards, and glue stick and stuff like that. So some extra stuff that's right there. And then the third shelf is actually just my Bible stuff, because although we are secular homeschoolers, I am Christian. And the fourth one has printer paper. It kind of holds it down. So that is the homeschool cart. I also have cleaned and reorganized the homeschool shelf. Well, I did a little bit. As you can see, it still needs to be done. Right now it's a giant mess, and so in this video I actually moved a few things that don't need to be there. But each kid has their own bin. which has their math book and anything like books they're currently reading and anything else in there that they need. So I don't know why these things are here, these cards. Those are buttons that my dog uses to communicate. She does really good with that. And then yeah, a binder from last year and like a project we haven't been working on lately, but I still want to finish. So I don't know exactly where I'm putting all this stuff or why some of this stuff is there. So that needs to be finished getting organized. And of course, it doesn't want to stay up without books in it. So yeah, I keep those over there, and this is all stuff in the living room for the most part, because this is where we homeschool. Those are just extra things that I sometimes use. So yeah, we homeschool in the living room. Which reminds me, I need to clean the table, which is I've not pictured because it's still a mess. Another thing I do, and this is more before I plan, but I watch YouTube videos and attend online conferences to get new ideas, and this is one that I did at the end of June. The Charlotte Mason Inspired Homeschool Conference. Although the conference is done, for $35 US, you can buy access to it and watch the videos when you want. And I highly recommend it if you have any interest in Charlotte Mason. But this is a faith-based one. So if you're a Christian and you're interested in Charlotte Mason or already Charlotte Mason, then you would really want to take advantage of this. I'm not getting a link or any special link or anything for you. I just really think that this was like a game-changing event for me. I started a Commonplace book. If you're Charlotte Mason, you know what that is. And I have lots of things written down that I learned, and I have to reference back. So this one was really awesome. And I'm using Google Classroom this year for my son, so I had to learn how to set it up, and I had to set up every lesson for the 3 classes he's going to do on it, which is biology, game theory, and civics. And so I was able to put in each of his classes, like what day it is, what exactly he's going to do, including links to the websites or the YouTube videos that he's going to watch, or you can upload like a Google Drive thing if you had like a document you wanted them to read, and I can put specifically like do this and then read this and then submit this, and he can actually submit his work directly through Google Classroom, which will allow him to for me to like mark it at a later date instead of just having a bunch of emails like we did last year. We had a bunch of emails constantly, and he'll know exactly where to go to work on those 3 classes even if I'm not available. And so I had to learn how to use this, but yeah, and it looks a little different for him, but it'll show him all his classes in order based on what he needs to do. So like it'll be like this week you need to do these classes, and then next week is do these and such, and you can have due dates and submissions, and I really like it so far, and I think it's going to work well this year if you have a high schooler or an independent middle schooler who wants to get some work done on their own, but you don't necessarily have, like, you're kind of like making your own curriculum or using something else but kind of merging them. Then this is an awesome way to get this to work. So you can see there I have next week and later. Right now everything's under later because it hasn't started yet, but it'll be like this week, next week. For this you're watching videos. After do this, submit your work, mark as done, etc. So yeah, really liking Google Classroom for that. And one thing I mentioned in a minute in the next, like a text or whatever, is I didn't show is the homeschool supplies. I did get a few things. I don't usually get a lot because we have a lot, but going through your homeschool. And so, yeah, I definitely want to make sure you check out what supplies you need before you go shopping. So I guess I didn't show you this much of the Google Classroom, but yeah, it has lots of good uses. Alright, that is it for today, and I hope you enjoyed seeing how I homeschool plan. Let me know in the comments if you've been homeschool planning, how ready are you for the 2026-2027 homeschool year, or maybe you live somewhere else and you're already in the middle of your homeschool year. I know that's a thing too. Don't forget to check the playlist in the description to see the other homeschool YouTubers and how they have been homeschool planning, and I would love it if you subscribe and leave a like and a comment. It helps promote my channel. Thanks, bye.